In 2021, Egypt said it managed to bring back 5,266 ancient artifacts from Western countries. Nigeria and Benin have also celebrated the return of invaluable pieces of their cultural heritage from the UK and France. In recent years, African nations have been actively trying to bring back some of the tens of thousands of their stolen treasures, with most efforts being in vain.
There
has been an awakening in Africa after French President Macron said that all the treasures looted from Africa must be returned. So now African nations are demanding the return of their artifacts. The biggest problem we face is that these artifacts were never registered in their home country. They were excavated illegally or looted all the way back to colonial times. Back then, they considered us their property.
International law stipulates that a country's ownership of its ancient artifacts can only be confirmed if the items are registered in the home nation. Otherwise, countries have no right to claim them. This is based on the 1970 UNESCO Convention on Illicit Trading of Artifacts, which a 2012 UN study said had no clear assertion of state ownership and had been poorly drafted. Moreover, countries like Belgium, France, UK, and the US, who have the biggest collection of African artifacts, have not signed the document. And many of their museums refuse to return them, saying the priceless pieces will not be safe on the continent.
Well-equipped museums are the best way to preserve ancient artifacts. So it's very hard for most African countries to protect their returned items because they lack the infrastructure. It becomes more complicated when we deal with gigantic pieces like walls or statues. Many of these need restoration, reconstruction, and the equipment and material to do so are very expensive.
The Rosetta Stone, the decipherer of the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphic, and the head of Egyptian Queen Nefertiti are examples of items a country like Egypt can't claim ownership to. Is Africa's cultural heritage better off in Europe? It's a debate Western museums spark so that they can hold tight to African treasures. The real question, however, is, should Africa's artifacts have left the continent in the first place? Meanwhile, the continent's chase to return its invaluable items continues.